Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 374. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
We're going to see how long this lasts.
Yeah, we got a special guest.
We have a guest that might talk at some point through crying.
Yeah, I was going to say she's going to talk. Or is she going to wail?
She'll wail. We'll see. We'll see if we make it through. In starting, hopefully, starting in 2 weeks, I'm hoping we're doing this at the office.
Yeah.
I think tables are done. So now we just have to set up the office.
That'd be cool.
Yep. And we'll have a furnace by summer, furnace and AC by summer in there. So we'll be able to have temperature controlled room.
That'll be really nice.
Yep. So things to come. Things to come. We'll start having guests soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, many good things to come.
Yeah.
Sam, how you been?
Living life. Lack of sleep. But
Yep.
everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, a couple of our friends said your hormones are just raging and you just don't even notice the lack of sleep. It's just
Right.
part of being a mom is just, you just get used to it.
Do you find that to be true?
Yeah. The only thing that, even our book from our midwife said that I haven't been doing, I've been drinking coffee instead, but that's okay. So in the second week, they say you should have at least one nap
A day.
and I haven't been napping. I've been drinking coffee instead, but that's because Rei-Con's coming up, so we've been trying to get a lot of that stuff done.
Dude, come Sunday, you're gonna be able to get your naps in, and I'll be able to get back to work and stuff. Sunday's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day.
So I think if I would get a nap in during the day, I'd be beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to have Rei-Con done. This is coming out tomorrow, Friday. So Friday, Rei-Con is VIPs tonight. So if you still want to attend VIP, you can.
Mm-hmm.
That is tonight, 5:00. And then tomorrow, or the following day, Saturday, is the full day event at the River Prairie Center. So if you want to do that, get tickets or you can pay at the door. So it's a lot of work. Putting on an event is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a love-hate with it. I really do. For me, it's like competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a jiu-jitsu competition or a powerlifting competition. You're anxious for the day of.
Mm-hmm.
It comes, you have a blast, you have a ton of fun, and you're like, God, the last however long I'll pay it off. It was worth it. I love this. I can't wait to do it again. And then the dopamine and everything wears off over the next week, 2 weeks. And then you're like, yeah, I'm going to just never do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it is for me. That's how putting an event on is. That's how competing is all the train up and stuff usually isn't too bad. For meets and shit, I love training for competition, working out. That shit's so fun. Work up to event, I don't love.
Yeah, it's
pretty much event. I only like the day of. Okay, go ahead.
Which is so funny because I don't mind the lead up to it, but it's because all my stuff is the same. So it's the same venues. So we just have to reach out to them. We put in the calendar, okay, by this date, we have to reach out and reserve our spots for these venues. And then the website is just updating it whenever any information changes. watching tickets sell. So like my stuff is like very simple and easy now. So I don't mind it. But like this year we just a lot of things. I think it was just a bad date for this year's event.
We had a baby less than 2 weeks before the event.
Yeah, and that didn't help. But like a lot of people that would usually attend have like kids sporting events, or a big group of our investors are on a vacation together.
One of our speakers we had lined up is also at his retreat, or we didn't have a lot. It was tentative that we wanted him to speak, but when we reached out, he had his retreat set up with his investors. So it's like there's a big pool. This event in particular, there's a big pool of people who were unable to attend, and so it's been just messaging people, calling people, doing everything we can in the last 3 weeks to get people to the event.
Yeah.
And it's taken so much time and energy. I think, and it's good to do, it's good to see like, okay, this is pretty much worst case. Like this is worst case of putting on an event. All the main people that usually have our backs aren't there.
Right.
So it's on us. So it's, how many people can we get to turn up in these couple weeks is what it's been. And 2 of the week, like a week and a half, has been really like focused on a brand new child. So it's been tough. It's been a lot of energy spent there. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have minded it. And I think if we do any more moving forward, we're really going to make sure that the key people that help us are going to be available.
Yeah.
And if they're not even schedule it.
Yeah.
I would schedule it based around the key people from now on.
Yeah, the main things that I didn't like about this year was, one, we pre-sold tickets. So at last year's event, we sold tickets for the following year. So I didn't like that because then we were locked into that date.
Yeah, at the time, like we were told to do that. We were told to do that from a speaker, and in the heat of the moment, we're like, yeah, that makes sense because all these people are here. Great experience. We're going to pre-sell. And we did pre-sell 32 tickets. So like we had 32 people signed up right away. Yep. Great. 6 or 8 of those people can't even make it.
Right.
So yes, we got the money. It was awesome, but go ahead with your point.
But if we wouldn't have done that, we would have pushed this until probably April.
We could have pushed it. It would have. Yes, it would. That would have.
Because
it would have been amazing.
Yeah, we knew timing with this was going to be a little bit difficult. Shaun was on the fence of canceling this for a while.
Yeah.
I made him push through.
I just knew it was going to suck, and having a newborn, 2 weeks old, I wasn't sure if this is what we wanted to do. But we're here. It's a good learning. All around beautiful learning lesson. I'm not setting an event a year, and I'm not doing a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm not pre-selling it. I'm never doing that again.
So that's one thing I didn't like.
Yep.
The second thing, I still think we shouldn't sell tickets so early. So we start ticket sales 2.5 months before the event.
Sure.
And I think it's just too much time that we just like sit there and stress that no one's buying tickets.
Sure.
So like if we did a month and a half, like that's like plenty of time to like get counts and whatever and blah, blah, blah. But like that whole extra month, like we're just like, no one's buying tickets. Why is no one buying tickets? Like, did we do something wrong? Like, and we just tried different promo codes and all this shit. And it was just like, I think it's just too much time that we were just stressing that no one's buying anything. And then it's happened the past every event. Most of our signups are in the last 2-3 weeks because that's when people know when things are going on.
Another option for it though is like, if we are to do that and we are to promote like 2.5, 3 months out, just start with like Facebook campaign,
Yeah.
regular marketing. Don't worry about like us doing much, because we were reaching out to people like 6 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and like not much luck. Where if that was all already on the presence of like Facebook campaign, like regular marketing campaign, and then we started hitting up people,
Yeah.
that like later, like oh, we just set the campaign and don't worry about it until a month, like 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
That might be better.
But even look at all the people we reached out to in December. Like, they thought they would be able to make it until it got closer to the date. And then they're like, oh, shoot, actually, we have this going on.
That is true, dude. We had quite a few false promises. That sucked, because we had a lot of people who were like, yep, shouldn't be an issue. We're excited for it. And then the week of, it's like, nope. Fuck.
Great. Yep. So those are just my two like main things that I like don't like, but
Right. But what's good, and this is what I've learned in business so much, dude. Everyday normal problems are very minuscule to this shit. And it only goes up from here, right? Like, we've talked about it on the show before. I remember people telling me like, oh my God, my life's over because of this. You know, like, I don't even know what to do with my life because
I have to spend $500 on my car.
exactly, like I've got to get new brakes on my car. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. I'm paycheck to paycheck, and I'm like, dude, that is so far from like, if you told me that's my issues, I'd be like, those aren't issues. Those are daily living things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is our third event we've put on, like full event we've put on, and this one was a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
As far as like the prep for it's been a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But now we like regular shit isn't that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
Because we're used to dealing with big piles of shit.
Yeah.
But, and then, dude, like all the guys I listen to, they talk about like everybody's going to have a problem. It's just, you know, what do you consider to be a problem? So, like, for us, an event like this is now what, like, we consider problems. Our daily shit ain't problems.
Yeah. No.
Like, normal things people worry about ain't our problems. So it's just a perspective change, you know, and like the more you do things like this, the more you grow. I mean, this event is already partially like like there's been so many failures, so many learning moments with just the prep for this event. And dude, we'll have some mishaps at the event, but I mean, overall, I think the day of the event should be pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not too concerned about like day of event, any catastrophes.
Nothing like last year.
Knock on wood. What happened last? Oh yeah, dude. Day before we have our main speaker back out. Let's hope that don't happen. But so it's things like that you know, you learn through failures. So now I know next time, like, there are key people I need on board. There are key people I need on board that will help bring an audience, and that I want around. And so I will make sure that before doing anything, checking with them, working with them, hey, are you in? If you're in, awesome. Whatever, event's free for you, bring people, you know, things like that. And these are like there was two people I really, really wanted to speak. We got one. The other one that I really want to speak isn't there. And Derek. And so like, now I know next time if we do another one of these, I'm going to call him first.
And then like make sure that he doesn't have anything going on.
Hey, I want you to be the fucking speaker. Like, are you in for this date? Or what date works for you, and we're going to fucking schedule it around you. You know? Yeah, that's kind of how...
Oh, the other big learning lesson I had, you probably didn't, we discussed it today. Finding like a good ticketing platform. So last year, the site we used, like the fees that they tacked on weren't that bad. But this year, like, they must have upped their percentages.
I think
because
they've doubled. They had to have doubled.
Oh my gosh. So that was another issue that we had with people buying tickets, is because they were like shocked by the fees, because you have to pay one sales tax and then the ticketing's fees as well.
Yep, dude. And I mean, I just started telling people Venmo me.
Yeah.
Just we will skirt the fucking $30 to $50 in fees. Just Venmo me.
Yep. So yeah. So well, maybe on Monday we'll talk about how the event went. And probably have some more learning lessons for you.
Oh, big time.
You know, just in case of any of you 10 people that listen to us want to put on your own event, those are the tips we gave you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's but it'll be fun. It'll be good. I fucking hate myself always for doing shit like this, but it's good for me to do. It's good to be uncomfortable.
It's good to stretch your stress boundaries.
I think so. I think it's all good stuff to do. It's how you learn. It's how you get better. It's how you build resilience. It makes it a lot easier to talk to people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it makes like... I remember how nervous I was to talk to like the first really wealthy person, like the first person I looked up to. And now I'll just have phone calls with people like that.
Sometimes. But I suppose we haven't gone to a big event where like...
Oh, I'm not talking about like my top idols. You know what I'm saying? I've got like 3 top idols. And I would probably not be able to talk in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's probably no one else's, or I shouldn't say it's no one, but like it's probably not many people's idols.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I met Chad Wesley Smith, I like was walking with the guys. I'm like, oh my God, guys, that's Chad Wesley Smith. And they're like, okay. And I was like, that's Chad Wesley Smith. And they're like, cool. And I was like, I have to go get a picture. And they're like, whatever, dude, we're going. And I was just like, hi, sir, you're my favorite. Can I get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know how to function.
It was like the same. It was just so funny when we were at Limitless Society.
Yeah.
And like, there was like a handful of people that like you've looked up to and like listened to.
Don't even know how to fucking talk to these people, dude.
The 2 people that I am upset that we didn't go introduce ourselves to was Shaun and Sax.
Shaun and Sax, that'd have been cool.
Because it would have been so funny, because it's like, hey, Shaun and Sax, this is Shaun and Sam.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's just so funny. I should really start listening to them again if they have their podcast come back.
Yeah. Did we ever talk to Keaton Hoskins? I don't remember if we did.
No, I don't think we did.
I don't think so either. He's a stud.
Yeah. The other cool thing, so with Shaun and Sax, is they got married almost 1 year before us.
Yeah.
I think 1 year and 1 day. And they started their podcast like a month after us.
Yeah.
So it's just like kind of funny that like we are very similar wavelengths as them. But
sure, yep.
Because why can't I think of his name right now? Vince? No, Vaughn?
Von Kohler?
No.
Nah, Von Kohler. Do you know who that is, dude?
I recognize the name.
MFCEO project?
Yeah.
Matt Vincent?
Matt Vincent, thank you. Because like Shaun was like giddy about Matt Vincent being there, because he was just like, I followed him forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, just go talk to him. And it took a while for me to convince Shaun to go talk to him. But you got there.
Oh, we got there, and I talked to him. But, okay, so since then, what have we done? We've hosted 3. This will be our 3rd event hosting since then.
Yeah. Since Limitless?
Yeah. Had to been, right?
No, Limitless was 2 years ago. I just the memories of being in Salt Lake City were 2 years ago.
Oh, so we already held an event by then?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Positive.
Interesting.
Because remember we got off the plane on our way back from Salt Lake City and we got the call that my dad was in the hospital.
Okay.
And that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. And when did we have our first event?
3 years ago. Because this is the third one.
April?
Wait. No, you're right.
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So, okay, so my point is this.
I failed. Okay.
Though, like, meeting those guys, I was so, like, oh my God, crazy, right? What's up?
Do you see what she's doing?
No. That's funny. Just kicking away, dude.
I don't know what she's doing. She's never done that.
Kicking away.
Should we here? Do you want?
Oh, let her do her thing, dude.
I don't know if she wants it tucked in.
That's so funny. No, so like, okay. Point is, meeting people like that, I was like blown, like super, and I still will be like a little, anxious meeting people like that. But since then, I've talked to multiple people to like come and speak. I've had people come and speak. What's up?
It's just freaking me out.
You're fine, dude. Who like that stuff? Like now, I like have conversations with people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To come and speak and whatever. Not quite on that level, but maybe not on that level as far as like fame.
Yeah.
But on that level as far as wealth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so talking to people like that, it's a good skill, I think, and then you're around people like that and God dang it, dude. I haven't met a fucking one of them that's negative.
Dude, they are
dude.
The most positive and humble people in the fucking world.
Not a one of them is
Yeah.
we haven't met one that's negative.
But like, think about everything that we like talk about on this podcast. Like, in order to get there, like, you have to be positive because you need those connections, and people don't want to be connected to negative people.
100%.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's sick. It's when you're around people like that, and that's like after the event tomorrow, after VIP tomorrow, I'm gonna be fucking so jazzed. After the day event, I'm gonna be like, I want to fucking do these all the time because you're around such great people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then I have to remind myself how much work it takes and how much time it takes away from like operating business and kids and other things I want to do.
Yeah.
And that needs to really be taken into account.
Yeah. This is definitely going to see how much FOMO is going to kick in for me. Because like Shaun and I discussed, like, we're not going to be able to do everything fully together anymore like we used to. Mm-hmm. Especially these events, we're going to bring her along just because she is so young. So I don't feel really comfortable having anybody watch her for too long.
Right.
So we'll bring her along, but obviously, like, if she gets too upset or anything, like, I'll have to leave. So that is going to be like something that I'll have to get used to.
Mm-hmm. Dang, dude.
I know.
Rough.
It is rough.
But you got to think it, like we talked about before, it's a season.
Yeah.
So like moving forward, a lot of this shit we can plan around. Like, are you going to be able to go to Vegas with me in March? Maybe not.
Mm-hmm. You know what really sucks about this? I didn't tell you this.
Tell me, babe.
But I'm going to just...
I want to hear it.
I have been craving to go to Vegas for probably a year now.
Sure. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I'm Jellytown.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it. I was just like, maybe I can convince my mom to just go with me.
When?
Whenever.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Without me?
Yeah.
Wow, babe.
Someone's got to watch the kid.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean.
It was in my head. I was just like, I suppose I could either take her and it'll just be like a fun little girls trip, or I could have Shaun watch her.
Oh, I thought you meant we'd all go together as a family.
Like in March? Or
well, probably not March, but
yeah.
like May, maybe. April, May.
We could.
Yeah.
Test her out.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is like we've talked about it before. What's up?
Just you crossing your eyes looking at your...
Because I had a hair and it hit the light.
Sorry.
It's like it's a season, right? So, I mean, then we just won't host another event when we have a newborn. Like, we're just not going to do that. We're like, and if we pick out things we want to do, we'll just plan it to not have a newborn, or whatever. Or like, if we want to go to Vegas, we'll do it in a few months when we can all go to Vegas, and we'll just bring an extra person to help watch out if we want to go out to dinner together or something.
Right, yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things. And we talked about, like, if we want to go to Europe, well, we're just going to have to bring a nanny.
Yeah.
Pay for someone and be like, hey, yeah, like.
We'll pay for your flight and your hotel.
Yeah.
And.
Like, 70% of the shit we'll do together, whatever, but 30% you're going to be watching the kid because we're paying for your shit. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at like a lot of that shit.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun just to like. One of the things like Shaun and I've been talking about is just because so many people we know, they're like, it's so hard to travel with kids. It's so hard to go to restaurants with kids. Blah 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 blah. And I just like want to see like if we just do it and get them used to it, like will it always be an issue? Will it always be hard?
I mean, look, I just look at Ryan and Eva.
Yeah.
I just fucking take the kids and go do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would just do that?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, like, kids aren't going to get used to traveling or doing stuff if you don't do it.
Right. Exactly.
So, and I've seen some pretty young kids that are pretty well behaved in an airport. So, there's got to be some kind of trick to it.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if was that all we had for that?
For what?
I don't know. Just like events.
Yeah, I think so.
And stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. But I know I'm going to have a lot of fun tomorrow and Saturday.
I'm excited about the food tomorrow.
It's going to be good as fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Let's see here. Hey guys, believe it or not, connections pay off.
Oh yeah, they do.
I talked to Greg about this Sunday. He had some. He just grinds. Always going to sales calls. Always doing shit. And last week he had it pay off big time.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of time, lot of effort, just paying off big time for him. All in one room within a day. Like just a whirlwind of stuff for him, right? And, I know that to be true. And like couple months ago, we went to Green Bay. So a few months ago, I did a call with some hard money lenders who reached out and chatted with them, whatever. And I was like, honestly, I use a bank like that is better terms. They're like, it makes sense, whatever. So then I'm like, hey, I would still want to meet you guys, still want to do it, whatever. So they tell me about a group. So we go out to Green Bay for Joe's, or it was Joe's or Appleton?
It was Appleton.
Appleton. So we went out to Appleton and went out to Appleton's meeting. The next day went to the Green Bay Caffeine and Cash Flow that Zach Morgan hosts. And we chatted with the guys from Good Faith Funding were there, Jairus and Tony. And talking to them, whatever, they're like, why'd you take our call? You don't need us. You knew it wasn't going to be fruitful. Why'd you take our call? And I was like, to build a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and who knows, like, I don't need it now, but I might need it
down the road
in a year or two. And then now I know, you know what I'm saying? So what chatted with them, went over all that. And Jairus is coming tomorrow to VIP night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a connection there. He's coming to VIP night and
sent us a wholesale deal 2 days ago. So boom. And I was like, asked him a couple questions. He's like, oh, this was just sent to me. This is from a wholesaler in Milwaukee. I just figured I'd forward it to you. Boom, go over, look at it. Beautiful.
Good fucking it's just a good base hit flip. Love them. Love flips like this. Get the deal under contract, good to go. And so it's like, okay, take a call. Go to Green Bay. Have a meeting. Hang out with the guys. Few hours. Invite them to an event here. All just building rapport, building your network, and then boom, get sent a deal. And it's like, that's happened. It happened with Derek and Andrew. Like, these things of building these relationships, it's just beneficial. And like, Tony and Jairus sent us a deal they needed to offload, and I was like, well, I know a guy in that area, and so we're able to connect them with that gentleman, Austin Seward, who's going to be at the VIP tomorrow as well, down La Crosse. And so it's just cool to be able to like connect people, help people out, and things like that. And then, believe it or not, crazy pays off for us.
Oh yeah.
So it's just crazy, dude. Like, it's Andy Frisella talks about it. I've talked about it a lot. It's like, what's the point of business? That's weird. Like, what's the point of business? And a lot of people say the point of business is making money, right? Which I've mentioned it 1,000 fucking times. Money is, like, I talk about it in the realm of, like, if you do not manage your money, if you do not make your money, you will not have a business. So you need to be great at managing your money. But you should not be in business to make money. You should be in business to solve a problem. So we solve problems. That's what we do. And we help people out. And because we solve problems and help people out, we get paid.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. What you figuring out?
I just remembered that earlier one of the cords got unplugged.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what cord was unplugged, but your mic is obviously talking fine, and so is mine, so it couldn't have been
one of these two,
so it was fine.
Primo, any last things you got to wrap up here?
I like how you said this was not going to work.
I can't fucking believe it, dude. I can't believe it.
This will not work for long. Not a long-term solution.
Yep.
Oh, yep. And here we go. So, yeah, I'm excited for this weekend to be done. And next week we'll probably tell you about what new baby adventures we have.
Love it. Let me see here. So if you want to go to Rei-Con this Saturday, tickets still available. You can pay at the door. If you want to go to VIP, hit me up. Show up. Whatever. Love to have you.
Cool.
Gang. See you guys later.
See you.